Hiya. Hey!
What's up guys, it's Kate Eliminator. Today I have another video for you guys, and today I'm going to be doing a comparison between the Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods movie and the Battle of Gods arc in Dragon Ball Super. Kind of comparing some scenes, saying which ones I like better, and overall which one I would prefer, the one in Dragon Ball Super or the movie itself. So first I'm going to start off with a lot of people would probably compare first when they see the two, which is the animation. Now I really didn't want to base the comparison off the animation, but I feel like I should at least mention it. And obviously if you have eyes you would know the better animation goes to the movie, and that's for obvious reasons. Battle of Gods, the movie, is a movie, meaning it had a better budget, a much better budget than what the show has, which obviously leads it to having amazing animation. And that's something that kind of I really don't like, how people kind of compare the two when it comes to animation. Like I said, I'm only bringing it up, it's not going to affect kind of my review or whatever this is at all. I'm just letting you guys know the movie has a much better budget, which kind of has better animation because of that, and that's why the show doesn't have as good animation. So I just want to put this out there. And I know the show doesn't have the best animation. If anything, it really has meh animation, especially from the starting of the show. Actually, when it comes to the show, the first two episodes or the first 2-3 episodes, they actually look pretty amazing, but when it went more and more, it was kind of shit, especially episode 5. I don't talk about that, but once it starts going after episode 5, like around like maybe 9, 10, 11, the show actually gets amazing animation from there, and from there on I feel like the animation is pretty good and only dips in some parts, but other than that I really think the animation is good. But when it comes to Battle of Gods, there's only like maybe like a quarter of the episodes where the animation is, you know, not the best, but it's still like watchable, and episode 5, which is kind of utter shit. So that's something that I really want to address and just put in here. Like I said, I'm not going to be basing anything off the animation, but I just want to address still. Now when it comes to the actual scenes and the content, I feel like my overall experience in the actual show was kind of brought down a bit, and that's actually with everyone because we decided to watch the movie first. We didn't actually decide, but that's what came out first, and because of that, the content in the show didn't really feel as good, didn't really feel as fresh, since they didn't really add new content, and because of that, that really made the show feel much more boring actually than it should have been. So because of that, I actually, when I started watching it, I thought the show was gonna be kind of boring, it wasn't that good. But when it started getting to the part where the climax, like near the climax, where Goku was getting his new form, the Super Saiyan God, and when he's about to fight Beerus, that's when the show started to kind of go apart from the movie, where it kind of became a bit different. The first thing is the Super Saiyan God ritual. In the movie is just that they held hands and Goku kind of became God. It was pretty simple and nice. But when it came to the show, they did something that was really unexpected, and I don't think anyone really unexpected it, but they did it in the most dramatic way possible. Like the ocean started rippling, the clouds started moving, the seasons even started changing when he started transforming into a god. And I feel like that was actually much better in the show than done in the movie, because what Goku is going through isn't a normal transformation. It's not like he's going to another Super Saiyan. He's not going to Super Saiyan 2 or Super Saiyan 3. He's turning into a god. He's getting the power of a god. And when you are a god, some next shit should be happening. So especially when they show the seasons changing, I think that was perfect. They made it as dramatic as possible. And I even saw a comment where they mentioned it is basically the whole movie of Lion King in a few minutes, which really made me laugh. But I feel like that was true, and I think that part alone was done much better in the show than it was done in the movie. And obviously the main reason that it was done in the show better is because they actually had no really time limit. Since it is a show, they could really spend much longer on certain things, and because of that, they really made the ritual much better done than it was in the movie, especially in my opinion. So when it comes to that, like I said, it's better in the show. And when it comes to another thing, it is the fight of the movie and the show. Now this is something we get to compare, and this is kind of subjective to the person, which one they like better. When it comes to like what I enjoy watching when I'm kind of like bored or just what I want to watch, it would have to be the movie. And I think that would just have to be, since it is a movie, in the movie they could kind of have better fighting. And I'm going to be honest right here, the main reason I like the movies fighting better is because of the music. I think the music that happened when Goku kind of got really pissed and went to fight Beerus full on, I think that was really amazing, and because of that I really enjoy it. And because it is a movie, the fight doesn't take too long. I feel like the fight was maybe I don't know, like 10-15 minutes. I don't know, I'm shit with time, but I feel like since it was shorter, I would rather prefer to watch that. But when it comes to the show, I think the fight was amazing. When I saw the fight being really different from the movie, I really got excited, and that was the most entertaining part about the show at the time, I think. So When it comes to the fight, I actually like it better in the show, but when it comes to which one I prefer to watch again, it would have to be the movie, just because it is a movie. So I feel like it's kind of unfair comparing these two things, since it's a show and a movie and not like a movie versus a movie or show versus show. But I feel like it was done better in Super, but I'd rather watch the movie, if that even makes sense. Because in Super, the fight was much longer, it was much more comedic. They kind of changed it up how it happened. I felt a more better relationship between Goku and Beerus. They showed much newer feats, like when they were fighting, their punches could have actually destroyed the entire universe, but then Goku started canceling his ki, and then Beerus said that he took away all the remaining ki in their fight, something like that. I can't really remember, but the fight was much more detailed, had much more information, and like I said before, it's because it is a show, they had much more time to add this kind of thing. So when it comes to that, I think the fight was done much better in the show. There's two more scenes that I really want to talk about, and for the first scene, I'm actually gonna have to backtrack a bit. And this scene is when Gohan finds out that he's about to be a father. So the one in the movie and there's one in the show, and it's kind of obvious which one was better, and that's the one in the movie. When it happened in the movie, I kind of felt really glad for Gohan. Like it kind of felt like a real moment, as a lot of people have mentioned. It is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, because it just felt so real, kind of how the angle was going, how happy he was. I think it felt completely real, and that's a scene that you really shouldn't add any comedic elements into. That's exactly what they did into Super. They kind of messed up that scene, and it was just horrible in the episode. So this is what happened in the movie. Once he found out, he ran to Videl, he was really happy, and I believe he hugged her. I think that's what happened. But when it came into the show, he found out, what he started doing is just jumping kind of like a kid. He's like, yay, oh my god, I have a kid. And then when he went to hug Videl, Mr. Satan just pushed him out of the way and hugged Videl, and they tried to make it kind of a funny moment when it really shouldn't have been. It was kind of a very happy moment for Gohan, character we saw grow up through Dragon Ball Z, and we finally see that he's become a father, something that he's always wanted to be. He wanted to be human, not really much of a Saiyan, and he wanted to have a family. And when he finally got the moment of having his own kid, it was kind of ruined by Satan pushing him and him just like jumping up and down like a little kid. And I think that moment was ruined because it didn't seem real at all. When someone finds out their father, they don't just jump up and like go, yay, whoa, cool. What he did in the movie felt much more real, and I think that was portrayed much better in the movie. So when it comes to that, I think the movie did it much better. And the last scene is Beerus. Yeah, so the last scene has got to be, for me, that kind of stuck out, which is pretty different, is how Beerus kind of didn't destroy planet Earth. So the way it was done in the movie is that he said he's gonna destroy planet Earth. He makes a key blast, and right when he's about to shoot it, he just shoots kind of like a small rock formation, breaks that, and he's like, oh look, looks like I destroyed Earth and I'm kind of tired from the fight, and then he just dips. And that's how it was done in the movie. I liked it a lot, but when I saw the one in Dragon Ball Super, I kind of liked it better for the reason why he did it. He's a god of destruction. He doesn't really want people to know that he's nice. So what he did in the movie is basically he's about to shoot the boat, or like the Earth, to blow it up. And when he's about to shoot, you see that he misses and it just goes into the air. And when the camera pans back to Beerus, you see that he's asleep. And Whis just says it looks like he's tired from the fight, and they just leave from that. And when it happens like that, the characters probably just think, oh, Beerus is left, finally he spared us. And it wasn't by purpose. They just think it's because of the fight. And they don't really assume that Beerus is a nice guy, even though he kind of is inside. And we actually find out that, yeah, if you didn't already know, that he was actually just fake sleeping. He just did it to spare Earth. So I feel like the way in the show just felt much more real and true to Beerus' character. I don't want him to be a bit nice, but I feel like the way it was portrayed in the show just felt much more real, felt much more like what Beerus would do, and not what he did in the movie. So after I saw the episode's version, I liked the one in the show much better than the movie. So those scenes are the main comparisons that I really want to do between them. Other than that, it was pretty much the same, just different details here and there. But those were really the main things that really stuck out to me, which were different about them, and which one was better and which one was worse. And when it comes to which one is better, now when it comes to watching it again, like I said, this is kind of subjective, but I'd rather watch the movie again, since it is much shorter, and since it is a movie, better budget, the fights are better, the music is better. Because of that, I would really watch it again. But when it comes to the way it was done, the way it was shown, like the fights and certain moments, I feel like the show did it better. So I can't really pick which one is better in terms of just overall better, because I think they're both better in their own ways. But I feel like if you just want to sit down and watch something quick, obviously the movie is better. But if you do have the time, definitely watch the show. And if you haven't watched any of them, this is what I get asked sometimes. I got asked by my friend too if he should watch the movies, but I told him not to watch the movie and watch the show first, because I feel like if you watch the show without watching the movie, you'd enjoy the episode a lot more. And then when you do watch the movie, you'll enjoy it even more, since it's shorter, since it has better animation. And I feel like your just your experience of the arc would just be much better if you watch the show first than the movie, because it just doesn't get better and better. But if you watch the movie then the show, it's gonna be nice in the movie, but it's gonna get lower with the show, since a lot of people think it's stretched out too long, even though it was a perfectly good length. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was my comparison between the arc in the show and the movie itself. And the reason I really want to do this comparison is because I'm gonna decide to do, or at least I'm gonna try to do weekly reviews for Dragon Ball Super. I do watch it weekly, and I feel like if I do these reviews weekly, maybe I could still have some content on my channel, even though it may not be Kingdom Hearts. But if I do have some content on my channel, it's better than nothing. So hopefully I'll try to do it starting this weekend. So hope you guys enjoy this video. And actually this video might actually be coming after my first review, now that I think about it. Yeah, so if there is a review on my channel by the time this video is on, then I'll try to do it weekly. But if it isn't, then I might not be able to do it every week. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comments below which one did you guys prefer. Did you like the movie better or the show better? And let me know why. I know it's gonna be kind of hard to explain, but I like both of them for their own ways. I can't really just pick one which is better. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and remember, the possibilities of Dragon Ball are unlimited. Later.